Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were.
If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight.
Twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars.
The Muffin Man now.
Yeah, there you go. Muffins. Well, Tanner was able to move up to 10th. Able to get around Mettler as Zeems was able to get around him. So, and that's what Tanner's got to do. He's just got to sit here, be patient, pick them off one by one.
Right, and he's doing a good job of that, and he's just hitting his marks and creeping his way up there. That's what he needs to do, just kind of get up there. And but then you got this slew of guys up here. Looks like Carroll coming in, took that spot from Coffee, and now Carpenter was looking a little bit on the inside, but wasn't able to get it done. But he's got some pretty stiff competition in front of him.
Yeah, you see Coffee right there. Looks like that car got very tight. Ran up the track, and nothing he can do.
Yeah, I was maybe something is a little off with it, and now he's figuring it out and trying to deal with it.
Well, you know, now's about the time where you're going to start seeing those tires, you know, fall off just a little bit. This is where you're going to feel your car. You know, we're getting about 43, almost 50 laps in. So if he's having a tight issue, and that's what it looks like, the car's getting a little tight on him, wanting to run up the track, that he's having a hard time keeping it down on that low line, and which is the line that he needs to be in. I mean, they're just going to keep picking him off one by one.
Right, and something I want to say too is Carpenter too. He's been putting in some good races the last decent amount of races actually. He's been hanging out with the guys he needs to hang out with in the front of the pack. So he's been doing a pretty good job, and now he's up here sitting in third. So he's been making some moves, Joe.
Oh yeah, and I know Coffee. One thing he wants to do is stay away from the wall, because normally he ends up getting up there and him and the wall has a conversation usually during the race. No, that's one thing he wants to do, stay away from that wall.
Yeah, they usually have pretty in-depth conversations.
Absolutely, yeah. I know Mom's got to be out there watching, as right now Raymond's all over the back end, hoping he makes a little slip up, goes up the track, and he can take that spot away from him.
Yeah, and kind of at this point, you just kind of need to, it's still early, you just need to hit those marks and just kind of take advantage of what you can take advantage of, and don't really push it too hard. That's kind of what I'd be doing. Just like that, I'd try and pounce on that opportunity, but Coffee was able to get it off the outside over there and just make it work a little bit, because it looked like he got up there a little bit more than he has been. So
you can just see the car. I mean, it's just it won't plant down on the inside, and it's leaving that inside open, and that tells me he's fighting a tight condition right now.
Right, and it just looks like he's fighting it to keep it down low. You could see him as he goes into the turn, and then he kind of slings it down a little bit lower as the turn progresses. It looks like he's just having some difficulty keeping her down on that line.
Burnt them tires up a little bit there, and that's usually what happens if long run, just after a while, tires just won't stick, and the car just keeps wanting to go straight on you. So I think it won't matter time. Raymond will be able to get around him. If he keeps on with that car doing what it's doing. Got Sexton coming up in. Zimmerman still hanging on to 7th. Tanner's moving in. He's up to 9th, picking them off one by one. And remember, even though Tanner's in a good battle here for the championship with Carroll, he is definitely trying to hang on to his spot with Zimmerman. So right now, he's close enough that he has taken away that opportunity that Zimmerman had to take over 2nd place in the points from him. So that is another thing that Tanner was trying to work on, get near Zimmerman so that, hey, don't lose 2nd in the points.
Right, that's something that people like.
Did you fall off your mic, man?
Did I? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's just real low. Sounds like you went away from it or something.
How's that?
There you go. Right.
Cool.
Yeah, it sounded like you was just like step back away from it or something.
No, I'm trying to mitigate background noise.
Oh, I got it. The significant other one back there.
We could say that.
Oh, okay. Tell her it's past her bedtime.
Yeah, it's pretty close to it.
Pretty close. I hear you.
2 minutes.
I hear you. Well, Tanner right now is trying to work over the back end of Zeems. That'll put him up to 8th place spot.
Yeah, he's just climbing. He's got a good pace. I mean, he's been hovering around that 6-ish second gap between him and I'm just talking between him and the leader right now, but he's moving up the track, making some positions. Looks like he's got a pretty good long run speed machine right there, the muffin machine. So
Yeah. I know they're going to get a trip out of it when they go back and listen. They're going to go, what are you talking about muffins, Joe? Well, if you'd have put a B on there, we could have said biscuits. How's that? What's up, John? How you doing, man?
yeah, the biscuits. I
Yeah.
remember talking about the biscuits.
Biscuits.
Oh, that was the Bisquick car.
The biscuit car, that's right. Yeah. Well, Tanner's doing what he needs to do, I mean, to stay in this thing. I mean, obviously, Carroll is a tough customer, and coming in here with a lead, we talked about that most of the season. But again, that battle for 2nd, there's also a good battle for 3rd and 4th. You've got Sexton actually right there in a tight battle trying to hang on the 3rd and 4th place spot in the points too. So that top 5 really is a close quarter. And tonight it being a double points night, hey, not over with here. As Carroll could get into a little bit of trouble.
Right, and he's up here flirting with Allen up front. He seems like he's closed that gap. So, just at the times. So it looks like he is trying to... There he is. Right there, looking in on Allen from 2nd place. Definitely coming up here being like, no, I'm the one that needs to lead this race. I'm coming up, take that position from him.
Well, we talked about it earlier. I know he wants to win. I mean, ultimately, that's the thing. You want to win, but you don't want to put yourself in a bad situation. He's been patient pretty much first part, I'm going to say first quarter of the race here, and now he's found himself right there on the back end of Allen. And we talked about Allen earlier. Did he use up a lot of his tires getting that huge lead out there? Did he try to see, okay, I know what my car will do if I push it. Now in the second half, I'm going to lean back and see what it's going to do in a longer run and whatnot. But, yeah, Chris Carroll right there trying to take the lead from him.
Right, and he's got, Carpenter's right there, too. He's not too far off. So, like I said earlier, he's been putting in some good races. But I think Carroll's just kind of like, okay, I can see. Now I'm ready to go.
Yeah, it looks on the inside. You're right there, John. Some Short track, Statford here tonight. You see the battle for the lead, some late models, you're right. Carroll's going to look on the inside, and he got that lap. I think it'll be a matter of time. You just see how long it takes to pass here. It usually takes about a half to a full lap to get around, so it's not, even though he's much quicker. Now we'll see how far out that lead he can extend. Lap 66 here. Carroll out front. Carpenter moving in too.
Yeah, that battle, I think, slowed him up a little bit to where Carpenter was able to close that gap a little bit. And it looks like Raymond and Sexton were both able to make a pass on Coffee. So I think those troubles with Coffee are growing a little bit with how tight his car seems to be after those tires wore down a little bit.
Absolutely. Got Raymond hanging on back here in the 4th place. Sexton back into the 5th. Coffee has fallen off a little bit. When he talked about his car being really tight, he's back in 6th right now. You got Zeems up in the 7th. Now, Marr has passed Zimmerman. So remember we talked about that battle between them two, even a 2nd, 3rd, and the points. Well, right there. I mean, if it ended like it is now, Tanner's going to definitely take the 2nd place in points, and Zimmerman should hold into 3rd. We would have to. I'd have to wait for a full count on it to see if Sexton maybe got him for that one. So yeah.
Right, that just comes with the calculations that the league owners do after the race.
Yeah. Now we've got.
We can speculate.
I did talk to Sexton before the race, and he kind of gave me a little rundown on some of the things, because they do have some drop weeks, and he had already calculated in some drop weeks. So I got an idea of like the top 2, maybe top 3, but you're going in 4th and 5th. I mean, but we do have it here right now without the drop weeks, and you can see Zimmerman sits in 3rd, but you've got Raymond right there behind him, about 17 back, 6 back on Sexton in 5th, and then Coffee back there in the 6th place spot. He's 11 back from those guys. So just what I'm saying. So 4th, 5th, and 6th place, really close, and even 3rd also, but 4th, 5th, and 6th place, really a battle. That's going to be between Raymond, Sexton, and Coffee. And right now, Raymond's kind of winning that battle on him.
Right, just looking at the points breakdown right here on the website, you can just see. I mean, if people watching this could definitely go take a peek too, and look at the Racing website and pull up the points. I mean, it is tight in between. I'd say 6th, 5th, and 4th. These guys are 17 points between them total. So they're gonna do what they can.
And it's a double points night too, so it is, everything tonight is double points. Gotta keep that in mind.
Right, get what you can, run with it, Joe. I think we're going to see some interesting stuff happen as we're nearing halfway here. About 24 more laps.
That's what I say. His laps, man, will wind off real quick. Man, it's a good battle here. You got Coffee. He's hanging on, so we was just talking about there. Coffee slips up underneath Sexton. We were just talking about those 3 guys, Raymond, Coffee, and Sexton, all battling for that 4th, 5th, and 6th place in points. So all those guys are 4th, 5th, and 6th right now on the track.
That's what I was about to say. I was like,
that's crazy.
6 on the track, Joe.
Can't make that stuff up, folks. We can't make it up.
No,
It's been too lately, John.
Add some good spice to the race here tonight.
Absolutely. Are you hiding under your desk, man?
No.
Oh, okay. That's what it sounds like. Man, I didn't know she threw like a pan at you.
Nope, no pans being touched tonight.
Threatens you, man. Yeah, to be quiet over there.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know, his girlfriend, fiance, I don't know, one or the other,
Sure.
lives with him. So she's usually in the background beating the kitchen up, but tonight I think she's just hanging out.
You're not wrong.
Usually we hear her back there, bam, bam, like World War III in the kitchen or something. I don't know. He says she's putting pots up, but I think she's back there fighting with him. Anyway.
No, that's why I'm trying to mess with the input a little bit.
I hear you.
So I gotta like touch the mic to my mouth to come in good.
Oh, okay, I got you. Well, it's been a good, solid race so far. I mean, it's what. Yeah, actually, last week was a very, very good race. They went, like we only had maybe one caution out of the whole thing. I think that was the late model one, wasn't it?
I was in jail on Monday.
You were in jail.
Yes, I was. Well, I was in the kitchen in the jail fixing something,
Oh, okay.
but I was still in the jail.
Gotcha.
So, was I in jail? Yes.
I don't know. Hey, man, who knows?
I was in jail. Not Facebook jail, real jail.
Well, we got our season finale here tonight, folks. That's right. Five Kings Motorsports, Crooked Line Racing, late models here, Statford Speedway. It has been a very good season. We're going to take a couple weeks off. I did find out they're going to take a couple weeks off here, Alex, and we'll be back at it again. Hopefully, man, you can come back up here with me if you can. I know real life, plays factor and all that. So, yeah, that's the plan. A couple more weeks, we'll kick back off another season.
Heck yeah. Dude, I'm about it.
All right.
I like these guys. These guys are
Yeah,
pretty cool.
they have some good stuff here, man. I like the short track, atmosphere of it and whatnot. I really like that part of it. It's just, I get it. There's some drama week to week, but to me, I chalk that up as it's short track racing.
Tempers flare, Joe. That's what they say.
Oh, there hasn't been a caution yet, John. Not tonight. Actually, cross your fingers. We went caution free so far. So we've actually.
I'm expecting
yeah.
in the next couple minutes some pit stops, Joe. If my hunch is right.
Do you think they'll go this early, or do you think guys, men, will wait it out?
I can see some guys thinking that waiting it out is going to be the right move. But then they're going to get those new tires, and those guys are just going to blow past them. And with those new tires not being able to quite get the preferred line, it's not going to be as effective. Kind of like this whole season.
Yeah. See, Tanner already up to 6. He's moving it up. Carroll's got that lead out front by 3.5 seconds over Carpenter, so he's extended it. But, yeah, John, now don't get happy. I mean, I know you're out there talking about what is this, no cautions on and short track racing. Believe me, we've had our fair share of some cautions on short tracks here this season. But as the season goes on, a lot of guys, learn how to ride, drive around each other and stuff forth and so on. But again, normally these races are only about 125 laps, okay? Tonight, obviously a little bit longer because it's the season finale, double points night. So normally we don't see a lot of pit strategy involved throughout the race either. We will see that, and that's what Alex is bringing up. But it's only lap 93. I say give it about lap 150, and you're going to start seeing the temperature meter on the track climb a little bit.
Oh, so you're pushing 150, huh?
Well, I'm talking about as far as like patience wise, okay, it's time to go then. Pit wise, well, we always see these guys can go 125. And so I think it's a gamble. You don't want to go too early because we've said it time and time again. You're going to go a lap down, if not 2 laps down, if you make this green flag stop. So that's another thing. If you go too early, those tires, remember, they fall off so much. I mean, just instant, just to give you an idea of really just how much tire-wise, 97 laps. The best lap time Carroll put down was a 19:23. Brad Carpenter put a 19:19. That's their best lap of the race, okay? That means the fastest they've done, and probably early on. They're still running 1987, 1990 laps, okay? That's not even a second difference between 90-some lap old tires. And that's what we've been talking about all season long. The tires just do not fall off, and they equalize very quickly from a new set to an old set. So I'm gonna say no, you don't want to pit too early. Then again, I'll be proven wrong. Too early, and then get caught laps down and those tires not help you. But then you don't want to pit too late and you don't have enough time to utilize the laps on the tires to get back around guys.
And
so words you like using all the time?
I just match.
There you go. There you go.
Something that I want to bring up too, Joe, is I guess you can say the flip side of that coin that point you were just making is, well, there's 2 sides to what I'm about to say. One, you got, they don't really fall off too much, is because I think that's just how short tracks are. Like, you're not going to see a 2-second lap difference like you do at a 1.5 miles or a 2 mile or something like that. But say that half a second gap, we'll just put it at square half a second, their fastest lap to where they're at now, half a second. If you have enough time, a half a second is a big chunk of time. And with the amount of laps we got going on, that's a long time.
It is. And you brought something up there. You talk about the short tracks, and we brought this up as opposed to like 1.5 miles or something like that. It is interesting. The short tracks will chew the tires up more than what, or you would think they would, more, because obviously you're on the brakes a lot, you're on the the gas a lot, so as opposed to some of those 1.5 miles where you're just kind of coasting into turns and almost wide open the entire time and so forth and so on. You would think, in theory, that the new tires would be very beneficial, but we've just not seen it. We really haven't, and I don't know why. It might be an iRacing thing, or what. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, and I'm gonna use Bowman Gray for an example, because I'm closest to it, that if a guy out there on 80 lap old tires and a guy came out on the pit with new tires at that track, he's gonna run that dude down in no time on that track, on those newer tires, because he's gonna be able to get in the turns, on and off the turns a lot better. So we've talked about this subject a multitude of times. They've had to have changed something here on the iRacing platform. I know some of the drivers said they have, because I've kind of scratched my head at some of the theories on, okay, why the tires aren't really making up a huge difference here. But, like you said, on the flip side of that coin, a man like Chris Carroll, I've yet to figure out how he's able to come out here and do what he's able to do. He has somehow figured something out with these cars, because week in and week out he can come through the field, the only one we know that can just blaze through the field, and Now he's got like a 5-second lead out front. He knows how to. He's figured something out.
And that just being said with a fixed setup just goes to show how skilled a lot of these guys are and can be, with just the example right there of Chris Carroll. But seeing how he's able to make the race his and seem like he's putting like jet fuel in his car versus like E87 or whatever.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. He's got special corn. That's what he's got.
Yeah.
What you guys had? Something that he's got that full-on bionic corn. That's what it is. Must be some of that new vegan stuff.
I don't think I've ever heard of bionic corn, Joe.
I don't know. I mean, it's her fiance. I mean, she like
Nope.
into the vegan stuff or anything, man.
No way.
Oh, okay.
And
I didn't know. Maybe she
before.
knew about the bionic corn.
No.
Okay. All right. Anybody out there in the chat know about it?
Yeah,
all I know about is the E85. I mean,
let me consult Google.
yeah, the only thing I know about is the E85. I don't know if they got any like $6 million man-style corn out there or something. Well, looks like Zimmerman's pulled up on the back of Tanner there a little bit. And John, yeah, you're right out there. You know, drivers are doing very well. It's been a short track around here. I'm not sure what the fastest lap time in real life is here at Statford. I guess they could go 18 seconds around here, but you know, like I say, they're running about 19. Hello.
Oh, bionic.
Oh, bionic. Yeah.
I typed biometric for some reason.
Oh, biometric. Yeah. Okay. E85 is obviously corn. That's what it is. I mean, it's been redone, whatnot. So.
It says a lot of fishing bait, floating bionic corn kernels, fishing lure. That is a.
Well, that's for fishing. I guess if you want to catch jaws or whatever, I don't know. We got a tight battle happening back up here again for second, third, and fourth. Carpenter's falling off the pace a little bit.
Just a little bit. Now he's got Alan up there who's just been hanging out by their time. And now the three of them, I think, are going to get in a pretty good battle here as I think we're going to get close to pit stops. But apparently I was wrong, so I thought halfway. So now I'm going to shoot for like 125, 135.
And that's normally where we see him at. Pass there for third place. That's Raymond. Went around Allen.
Right, and these guys just been hanging here the whole time. So, and they've been doing a good job. I mean, like we bring up, I feel like every day is that Chris Carroll's just goodbye, gone. It's kind of just a battle for second if you think about it, with how good he's been, how many wins he's gotten this short of a season. Just the guy on some other level, and these guys are, I mean, they're battling hard for these positions, but they don't have an answer.
No, they don't. Well, so far, looking pretty stout out here, like you just said. Carroll out front, extending that lead on him. You got Carpenter hanging on to second right now with Raymond in third. Allen there in fourth. Coffee up in the fifth place spot. Tanner, he has moved up to sixth. He's holding off Zimmerman right there in the seventh place.
Right, he's been slowly but surely climbing. He's doing what he needs to do to keep hold of that second place spot in the points. And he's just.
John out there said he's from Texas. He don't know about jaws. He knows about catfish.
About Jaws.
Yeah, remember I was talking about Jaws earlier? He said he's from, he says they don't have no Jaws in Texas. They got a lot of catfish.
Texas is right down the street from me. Well, like 3 hours.
Yeah, it's
down
that
the
big
street,
state,
but-
man, right there at the bottom.
Yeah, it's like 3 hours down the street, but down the street.
There you go.
We're neighbors.
We have had some pit stops. We got Yo, Hetler, pit road right now.
Those guys are already rocking a lap down right now. As Carroll's just been, after he's gotten out front, it's like, it seems as though he is able to maintain constant speed, and that's what makes him so good. It seems like he's just able to maintain a solid speed while everybody else falls off a little bit, which statistically speaking he does fall off as well. But I feel like that's just kind of his MO. He's just able to maintain speed very well.
Caution!
Oh, what'd I say? Lap 125 to 135? Oh, this is my window, Joe.
Well, that would be Metler, because he went off the track. So Metler just came on pit road. Got a feeling this is a product of cold tires. Probably spun him as he went down the throttle. Let's see here. Watching replay right there. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. That's those, that's new tires. You gotta let them get up to speed a little bit.
I don't know. We've seen some wonky stuff where we're like, why didn't they throw a caution versus why did they throw a caution? I feel like that's one of those, like, why did they?
Now, the man who probably didn't want to see this is probably Carroll, because he had a 7-second lead on these guys, and now everybody's going to be up there with him. So I know he did not want to see this caution, but this right here kind of throws out the whole pit strategy scenario, because this will be it right here. I mean, this is pretty much what everybody else wanted, was a caution so they can come into pits and not have to go a lap down.
Right, and I think what Carroll has to do to maintain his position is just get the good restart that he traditionally gets. I mean, everyone's going to have cooler tires, so maybe we'll see some bunching up because someone spun the tires a little bit or something, but
It's getting too close to this go time now.
right, and you got Coffee. Looks like he got a pretty good pit stop, unless that was updated. It looks like he's back there. I'll wait for the ticker to organize it. So,
Yeah, I'll take it a lap, man.
but nevertheless, the eerie caution that caused the pit stop to happen in my second guess pit window. Shaking things up a bit. I don't know. I still think Carroll's going to be a difficult man to pass here.
I do too. I mean, if he gets out front, huge like you said, it's gonna be difficult. We've seen all season long guys that get that advantage, but here we go. Lights off on the pace car, going back green. But it is, I'm gonna say, almost to that point, go time.
If you don't go now, Joe, when you gonna go? Because once everything gets spread out, good luck.
Oh yeah. Green flag, back racing.
Right there, that quick stop. That's what I was talking about. Stop. That quick jump. What I was talking about. That's exactly what he needed to do.
Coffee hanging on to the third place spots. Got Raymond there in second. Zimmerman up into the fourth place. Allen in between them. Tanner Don't know what happened on pit road with him. A little bit, kind of a slow stop. He's back in the 6th place spot. Have to do his little work here again. You got Pittman, last car on the lead lap, back here in 9th place.
All right, we'll see if Anner back there is able to catch up for Zimmerman, because depending on finishing position, we could see a little flippity-floppities happening in the point standings at the end of the night.
Yeah, he definitely wants to keep Zimmerman right there with him.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't want to let him get too far ahead. I mean, he's got Allen in front of him, and then he's got Zimmerman. They're both right there, so he's just not letting them run away. And neither is Raymond in them. They're not letting Carroll kind of do Carroll things and get way, way, way out front.
Well, we've seen this a multitude of times. Right there at the beginning, guys can kind of hang with him, but as the run goes on, if you don't get him or get him off of his out of his groove, he eventually just starts walking away.
I'd say it's more of a brisk jog or a sprint away than a walk. But that is not what Raymond.
I am racing out there saying nobody's going to catch Carroll at this point. And I'm not going to say Carroll can't make a mistake, but once you give a guy like that the lead and out front, it is a tough task.
And historically speaking, just looking at how this season has went, I agree with your statement there, Joe.
I need to handicap him. I mean, tell him he can only have 7 cylinders.
Yeah, or put a cinder block in his passenger seat or something.
He's got to drive one eyeball. That's right. One eye closed, you only get to drive with one eye or something. I don't know. You're crazy.
You can only use your left foot.
Yeah. Woo. And along here with Allen, you can see him fighting that wheel coming off the turn.
Ooh, yeah. Things are getting a little squirrely for him.
Right here with Zimmerman, see if he's doing the same thing. Looks smooth going in. It's actually, oh yeah, you can see that car was way tight. He had to crank that wheel there on him. So Zimmerman, oh, then it gets turned. Little bump.
Ooh,
That brought a caution out. Nope, Joshua Sexton was the one that wrecked. We'll see what happened. It happened in front of him. Oh, you saw Coffee bump. Oh, and then Sexton had to just check up, and he got bumped. So kind of an accordion effect right there. But yeah, Zimmerman got a little love tap. That's what I'm saying. Hey, now he's starting to see things kind of. I said 150. Starting to see it all kind of heat up a little bit.
Yeah, it is go time.
Take it easy, John, man. Bama says all I need to know. I need to know what the secret is Carroll's got. I mean, I'd love. I mean, one, I talk about this not a lot, but they have what they call the IR ratings here on iRacing, and I can see Carroll is pretty high on it, which tells me that he's run a lot. He's pretty good. But man, he just knows how to get around this track.
Seems like he knows how to get around every track we go to.
Yeah, he knows his car very well.
Yeah, I guess he's a
I'm
frequent
sure.
flyer in this iRacing ordeal. World. Race. I don't know. He says his I rating's pretty high, so.
It is.
I remember when you were first explaining it to me whenever I first started with you. Then I looked some up, and some of the numbers I was seeing, I was like, holy cannoli, man.
Crazy. Look at some of them.
But now Raymond definitely getting his chance back, because he got a little personal with that wall coming off the turn. Definitely caused a bigger gap between himself and Carroll up front. So now he's got a chance to. He's got a retry. He hit that reset button. So now he's going to have a better chance of being able to make that pass or stay with them or whatever you want to call it.
Line him back up. Goodbye, 2. Laps are winding down close, though.
Yeah, like you said, they go quick here, and I was like, holy crap, I just blinked and it was lap 65. Now it's lap 148. There's a big old jump that Carroll usually gets. Right
Yeah,
there.
it is. And you see Zimmerman, look at that move.
Power move. Oh, and then he sent it a little too hard, and Raymond answers back. Ooh-wee.
This is what you got to do. Get some spots early. What we're talking about. Short track, beating and banging.
Yeah, these guys are definitely doing it. I mean, yikes, you see everybody shuffling around real hard in this pack right here, and that is exactly what Carroll wants. He's like, oh, you guys keep doing what you're doing. I'm gonna get out of here.
Everybody kind of single filed it out now. You got Allen hanging on to 4th, Coffee there in the 5th place spot. Tanner still there. And remember that you know, we talking about the championship with Carroll out front. But remember that 2nd place. And where Zimmerman's sitting at right now, I don't know if Tanner's safe in the 2nd place or not.
He's got a 10-point gap right now coming into this race over Zimmerman, and Zimmerman's doing what he's got to do. Tanner definitely did what he had to do so far, starting from the back, coming up, and now he's in 6th place right now, so he did a good job coming up through the field.
It is. So we're getting down to this point where, like I said, it's almost at go time.
I think it's time to use and abuse your new tires. If anybody wants a chance at dethroning Carroll at the front of the race, I think you got to use and abuse your tires to get there. But things have calmed down now. Everyone simmered down a little bit, simmered down, and got back to single file. And we'll see battles going on here and there again. Like you brought up earlier, it just looks like it is very difficult to pass here, man. Nobody's going to give up that inside lane. So that track position and whatnot really is big, and that's kind of how the season's been. Just that track position is key, better than new tires or anything like that. It's just that having that good position is what's going to set you apart.
It is. So you see Tanner still right there in 6th. Zimmerman hanging on to the 3rd place. As Tanner's, well, he's battling. He's right there beside Coffee. Actually, I think it's a lap down car in between them.
That's Barb.
Barb, all right. Rink Barb. Well, Barb. Now, I don't know if Tanner knows or if he feels like he's safe where he's at, but I know he would like to at least maybe get one more position. That way it would feel a lot safer.
Well, if we're thinking this way, where it's double points and in between each position is 1 point, right? For
yeah, like I say, Sexton told me he said it's about He'd have to be about 4 or 5 positions ahead of Tanner. I think that's what he told me. And right now he's 4, so yeah, 4 or 3. It's going to be close either way for that second place.
Right, that one's going to come down to the wire because, I mean, we still got some time left. We got, 38 laps left. So we'll see some guys that are a little bit better on those medium, longer runs. Maybe pick up a position or 2 or a little bit more. But a lot of these guys are pretty good at just holding where they're at. I mean, Carroll.
Woo! See that? Raymond got sideways.
Like I said, it's go time.
Yeah, he's pushing that car. Got Zimmerman all over the back end of him.
He wants that extra spot, Joe.
He does. What's up, Kelly? Emma, how y'all doing? You start seeing a little heat up here on the track as Carroll's just kind of walking off here. You got Allen hanging on to the 4th place there. Zimmerman sitting in 3rd. Coffee hanging on to 5th. Tanner trying to move in on him.
And then you got Carpenter right there tailing up this little slew of cars you got going on. So Carpenter, like I said, been being pretty consistent here lately and doing a good job and putting himself in a good position to get good finishes here for these races. Oh, let's see. Does he? Tanner dives it.
Yeah, there's the slip man he needed by Coffee. Can he make the pass though? Woo, Coffee fires back on the outside.
Yeah, I think he might be in trouble with Tanner acting this way over behind him.
Oh, that car get a little bit tight right there on Tanner.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It looks like he brings it in at that angle just a tad too hot, and then he loses him a little bit in the middle of the turn. So we'll see if he can come up with something to get around Coffee, because I know Coffee don't want to give up that position. Looks like when people are going inside him is how just at this race, how this race has been going, he's been able to push back on that outside coming off the turn and kind of secure it, but they're still closer than they were.
Got Allen hanging on right here in 4th. Just kind of following the tire tracks here, Zimmerman, so. Tanner can't give up though. And he's not. Coffee's fighting with that car. There you go. You just saw Coffee just ran up the track with it right there.
Yeah, he did, and we'll see. Now that Tanner's got some daylight in front of him, if he can catch up to these guys in front of him, like Allen and Zimmerman, and make moves on these guys, I don't think it'll be too long before he gets up there.
Well, what that does right there for him, though, is pretty much holds the second place in points.
Right, I was about to say, that is not what Zimmerman wanted.
No, it's not. See what old Pittman's back here doing. He's back in 8th. You got Carpenter right there in 7th. Sexton back here in 9th. Remember we was talking about the 4th, 5th, and 6th place spot in points. You know, Raymond right now, he's owning that spot, being in 2nd. Coffee being right there in 6th, and then Sexton now back in 9th. All 3 of those guys at one time were all 3 nose to tail, but now they're split up throughout the track.
Right, and I mean, like you said, it's go time. I think some of these guys are really taking that to heart and making sure that they're securing can for a good season finish.
Oh yeah. Well, Zimmerman's working over old Raymond up here. I feel like Zimmerman's probably faster, but it's a case of what we've seen all race long. Getting around the guy.
That seems to be the number one issue we got here.
Oh, yeah. So, I think Zimmerman right now is just seeing if Raymond's going to make a mistake. Or does he get up there and give him a little love tap?
I don't think it's too early to give a love tap, Joe.
Well, you can see him. fighting that thing coming out of the turn.
He's probably itching, man. He's probably got that itch where he's like, ooh, I just want to get there.
Car looks like, you see how much input they're putting in on the wheel. Very tight going in, and then what that does is they're fighting it loose coming out. Because you start giving it a little gas. See right there, so much wheel input, and then watch, comes out. It's kind of like yank the wheel and keep it straight a little bit.
He's peeking. He's trying to get in Raymond's head a little bit, see if he can make him make a mistake.
That's what you want to do. The guy in front of you make a mistake. Get him off his, get him out of his comfort zone a little bit. Been a solid race so far. What, 2 cautions here so far tonight? Got 22 to go.
Right, and these guys, 2nd through 5th, are nose to tail. I mean, pretty much nose to tail. Tanner's just now lashing onto the end behind Allen, so just kind of along for the ride, kind of making sure.
And I think if it sits like it is, obviously Tanner's safe in that 2nd place. I know he would not want to see Zimmerman get around Raymond, because then he would really have to maybe push the issue to try to get around Allen. But I don't know how much more Zimmerman can hold in the back. It does look like he's a tick faster than Raymond, but it's just so hard to pass here.
I think if he is going to do anything, he needs to give him a little encouragement.
Yeah. Oh, that thing got out all kind of Bronco bull riding. Now that's going to shoot him up the track. Now this is what Tanner wants to see.
Uh-oh, and then is he going to be able to slide under there with Allen? Outside line from off the corner.
Now the danger with this here, obviously we talk about the bump and run a lot. The danger with this here too is, how close they are to closing rate. That car in front of you, you see Zimmerman having to check up a lot. Well, the guy behind him there, he reaction time wise, he might inadvertently get into you and send you up the track or something, So, we do talk about that bump and run a lot, but these guys getting loose like they are, sometimes, man, you just can't get out of it. There you see Tanner bump the wall a little bit.
Yeah, getting a little up close and personal.
Right now, you see Allen, he is still there, so there's some close quarter racing between these top 4 or 5, and actually now you got Carpenter and Pittman, Coffee. What was a 4-car race now is about 6 or 7 cars. As Raymond's hanging on for dear life. Wow.
I think.
And right there was a perfect example. I don't know if you just saw that there, Alex. Raymond checked up. Zimmerman had to check up. Allen luckily was able to check up. But if Allen, as close as they are, that could have been, he could have easily gotten the back of Zimmerman, or Zimmerman got in the back of Raymond.
He could have had a little slinky.
That's it. At some point, one of these guys are going to have to make a move or something. Or they just sit here and race behind each other.
Right, I think something needs to happen here, Joe.
Something's building. Do the end here.
I
Coffee around. Uh-oh.
Caution.
See what happened to Coffee back here.
Bumper cars.
Big Coffee right there in the back. Got in the grass.
Lost some gription. He throws it in reverse. Put it in reverse there. I wonder.
Oh, caution. Less than 10 to go.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Zimmerman's going to be able to shoot by Raymond here by having that inside lane starting third. But then he's got Tanner right behind him too in the lineup for when they get stacked up. So, But Raymond's making that Muffin Man machine work pretty good here tonight.
Yeah, looking good. To see if he's able to hang on to it. I think Raymond at this point probably did not want to see that caution though.
You know, I kind of think he didn't either, and seeing how he was battling with these guys now, he has to start on the outside. I think that's gonna be, that might be it for his second place. I mean, I don't know. A bunch of stuff can happen.
Oh yeah, on this restart, it can be wild. Been a good race though so far.
I think it will be. These guys have been racing hard, like you just said. Been a good race. A lot of good battles going on. For a lot of stretched out battles too, which are always awesome to see. But I think this this restart, excuse me, is going to be pretty squirrely.
Be a wild one.
Imagine if
Just does anybody have anything for Carroll? That's what I'd like to know. Nah, I don't think so.
nah.
Let's say drive it into the turn or something. Would be my only thing.
Things happen, Joe.
That is true. Him being the leader obviously has that advantage to go. Kelly out there slapping her forehead like, yeah, okay. It happens. Poor old Coffee. Green flag, back at it. Now this is what Carroll wants to see battle. Now what Tanner wants to see, because he saw Zimmerman there take over that spot, so.
But Raymond's right there.
Yep. And we're going to come back on the inside of him. Battle for second.
Right, Raymond's like, nah, man, I want this to be mine. And he's holding that line. He does not want Zimmerman to...
Oh, contact between the two. Oh, and I'm going to tell you what. That puts him right there in the clutches of Tanner.
You got Carpenter right there. You got Pittman. You got Coffee right behind Tanner, too, battling out really hard.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's Yo right there behind Coffee, too.
It is. Yo up there tonight. Oh, good little start here. Got about 4 to go as Carroll extends that lead by 1.5 seconds. He loved the battling they were doing back there. As Raymond now in second. Allen sitting up in third. Zimmerman hanging on to fourth with Tanner right behind him. And Pittman kind of caught on the outside.
Ooh, bad news bears. Bad news bears, Joe.
Now he got back.
Woo. Do we see any more aggressive actions for position here, Joe? I don't know.
Well, Allen, he's working over Raymond.
He's trying to.
I mean, you got all 4 of them guys just kind of nose to tail, so anything can happen here on the coming to the white flag.
And Zimmerman drops down.
Allen got shuffled up.
Ooh.
1 to go. Oh, a little bump by Tanner. Tanner says, go on, Zimmerman. Get on around him.
Yeah.
Helped him around him. Carroll's going to win it out of 4. Raymond's going to come home in second. Zimmerman's going to bring it home in third. What a good run, man, all night long. Good finish, but that man right there ran a great race here.
Yeah, he was just biding his time and then went, ooh, he's gonna, does he save it, Joe? Oh, wait, he's doing that on purpose.
Going to do the slide around the track. All right, see if we can get a couple of these guys up here and get a word with them.
Man, that was an awesome finish for a finale
It was.
for the season, man. That was such a good race.
All right, let's bring down third place man Zimmerman. Let's get a word with him.
Hey, Zimmerman, it's Alex up at the booth. You got me?
Yeah, bud. How's it going, man?
What's up, dude? So, season finished just now. Bringing it home third place. How you feeling?
Feeling good. It was a good run tonight. I was putting a lot of pressure on Jason Raymond, but just couldn't get by him. I knocked on his door a few times, and he never cracked, man. He did a great job holding it out. I did get by him there, but he did just a beautiful crossover move on me and got me for third. So good job on him. And, of course, congratulations to Chris Carroll there. He dominated the league, and we had nothing for him.
Right, and I mean, you guys had an exciting, stretched-out battle. I was just telling Joe about it, having some of these battles going on throughout the race and how stretched out they were, and that's always exciting to see. Just nobody letting up, whether you're trying to get that position, you're trying to hold that position. So once you got past them, did you think you were going to be able to keep it? Or, I mean, you hoped you would keep it, but then, like you said, he came over with this beautiful crossover move and just happened to sneak right past you.
Yeah, he did a great job on that crossover. I had him on the restart, but I just couldn't hold on to it. And but I also want to throw out a thanks to Levi Allen there. He ran me clean too. He was right there on my bumper, and we got together on that last lap in 1 and 2. But Tanner kind of gave me a little bump there, and I came up into Levi, but we was all able to keep it straight. But just a good, fun night of racing tonight, and I just appreciate y'all with the broadcast and the league guys. They've done a great job, and we're looking forward to next season.
Heck yeah, and so are we, man. I mean, you started it yourself a little bit there. I was going to ask, anybody want to give a shout out to or thank for this third place finish here tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the guys at A51 Pro, the team I'm part of, and Chris Carroll and his guys over at Pit Lizard Performance, him and Bradley Yo, and also we had Thomas Grau running with us tonight. We had a good time, and just like to thank those guys. But man, we just want to really thank y'all guys that do the broadcast, and Five Kings Motorsports, and the Butt Kicker that's sponsoring for us. So we just appreciate all y'all and looking forward to next season.
Heck yeah, man. We're looking forward to it too. So congratulations tonight on your third place finish, and awesome points finish for yourself as well. So look forward to being here back with you soon.
Sounds great, man. We'll catch y'all next season.
There you go. That's old Zimmerman right there coming home in third. Let's bring the man here, Raymond, who brought it home in second tonight.
Hey, Jason, it's Alex up at the booth. You got me? Jason, Alex up at the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
What's up, man? So apparently from every that I'm here, you might be the hardest person to pass on the track here tonight.
Yeah, this is my home track, so I know how to protect the bottom pretty well. I watch it every week, and I know I was definitely slower than those guys behind me, but I'm pretty good at blocking the bottom, and I was really wanting to win here, but Carroll he's just too fast. He's in another zip code when he raced, so I was happy with second. Good way to end the season. I've had a bad season. I've had some pretty bad luck the past couple weeks, so to end it off with a second place is definitely a good thing.
Heck yeah, man. I mean, just looking at it, I mean, you're fourth in points coming into this race. Definitely a good points race here tonight. And that long, stretched out battle you had there towards, I'd say, the better part of the last half of the race, man, that was super exciting for us to see. Did you think you were going to be able to hold it, though, like you did? Because I saw sometimes it was getting a little close.
Yeah, for sure. I knew he was there. He gave me a couple taps to let me know he was there, and I was just I wasn't trying to hold him up, but I was just running my line and trying to make sure I could keep the car straight, because I kind of knew the taps were coming, so I was parking the car through the center of the turn with, I burned out those tires pretty bad trying to keep up with Carroll, and I was just kind of holding the car at that time.
Well, you did a pretty good job of it, man. It looked like you were super hard to pass, and even if you did get past, you had that really awesome crossover to get Zimmerman back. So, anybody you want to give a shout out to or thank for this awesome second place finish here tonight in the season finale?
Oh yeah, for sure. We got a laundry list over at 5 Kings Motorsports, but first of all, I'd like to thank my parents and you guys for doing the broadcast every week. Like I said, all the guys over at 5 Kings Motorsports. I gotta thank the Barn Package Store, Tile Chief, McConey Setup Shop, thebuttkicker.com, MF Racing Designs for this awesome paint job I debuted last week, and definitely didn't have the outcome I wanted then, but I got it on the podium tonight, so huge shout out to Michael Falk over at MF Racing Designs. I gotta thank Savage Edge Apparel, FB Sim Racing Button Box, Raise Energy, and BAM Racing Videos.
Heck yeah, man. Well, congratulations on a second place finish here. A good points night for yourself and a good season finish for yourself as well. We're looking forward to next season, man.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait. I'm hopefully I can, finish a couple spots higher in points, but consistency, showing up every week, and I feel like we'll be right there again.
There you go, second place man, Jason Raymond, like you said, was able to hold him off. But this guy, well, we know, winning the race, winning the championship. Chris, Joy in the booth, got a copy?
I got a big, fat copy, Joe.
I tell you what, man, there for a while, you ran in third most of the night. You knew what you had to do. You come in here with a pretty good points lead. You would have had to really just had a bad race to kind of lose it with a double points night tonight. But winning the race, winning the championship, how's it feel? I mean, you dominated most of this season. How's it feel coming here, man, and just cap that off?
Feels great, man. I was just hanging out there at the front doing what I had to do for points. You're absolutely right. Just didn't want to do anything silly. Didn't want to take any risks. Coffee looked a little squirrely there, so I didn't want to do anything silly going by him and crashing myself or him. And Levi was looking a little tight when I got there, so that was a little bit easier pass. It feels great, man. Just hung out there and tried to do the right thing and not do anything silly.
It looked like a lot of the guys were fighting, looking like tight going in and kind of loose coming off. I mean, what was you feeling on this track here tonight?
I felt a little snug center. I felt a little free off. And for me, I would like to be free everywhere. I'm a bit of a maniac. I like to use up that right rear. But that track there's about 3 or 4 different lines that work. And it depends on your braking point, what it did exit of the corner. So I was just fooling around trying to find the balance kind of for the first half of the race.
Well, you definitely found that balance. You found it in the victory lane and the championship here for the 5 Kings Motorsports, Crooked Line Racing, late models. Man, you got anybody you want to thank for the awesome cap off of the season here?
I got tons of people to thank tonight. I got lots of people watching, so I got to thank USAFirearms.com first and foremost, and Pit Lizard Performance. I got to thank my spotter, Larry Bell. He did a wicked job tonight letting me know where everybody was and where we were sitting, how many laps to go, because it's a long, ugly, grueling race. I got to thank my friends and family for watching, and my buddy Andrew Kell is his first live telecast watching you guys tonight, so he's out there in Internet TV land watching too, so I'll give him a shout out.
Awesome, man. Well, and like you said, it's a tough one out there. I got one more thing. Did you want to see that late caution come out there? I know you had a huge lead at one time, like 7 seconds. Did you want to see that caution at that time?
No, I didn't want to see any cautions. I just wanted to cruise out front and say see you later and not scratch the car. But I mean, those guys are racing hard back there for spots. I figured it would happen, so it's racing, and you got to be mentally prepared for all that stuff when it happens, and try and make them guess wrong.
Well, I'll tell you what, all season long you've been mentally prepared because you're the champ here in the 5 Kings Motorsports Crooked Line Racing. Late models again, the winner tonight, the champ and the winner of the race, Chris Carroll. Chris, again, congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir. I got to thank Tanner Marr and Josh Sexton for putting all this on, too, man. I forgot those guys, so I didn't want to forget them. So thank you again, Joe. You always make me look good on your telecast. I appreciate it, but
Man, there you go. The champ in the winner tonight, Chris Carroll. And what a way to cap the season off. He only had a few cautions here in the 200 lap race, short tracking in here tonight at Statford. I mean, that was a good one there, Alex.
Yeah, it was. And like you said, man, just a super exciting race. Stretched out battles, which is something that I always like to see. It always adds a little bit of excitement and flair for me. But these guys did a great job tonight, man.
I'll tell you what, we'll be back here in the next couple weeks or so, but we got some tour modifieds tomorrow night as the Crooked Line Racing guys. But as far as the late models, there you go, your champ and winner tonight of the season, Chris Carroll, bringing it home for myself and everybody. Have a good night.